Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Rising a Bodhisattva. This is Nancy from the International Buddha Dharma Society for Cosmic Law in America. It's a great honor to be here sharing Buddha Dharma with you. Today is November 18th. Today I'm going to share with you a story of the Buddha. It's taken from the book The Biography of the Buddha. It's chapter 20. And the title is Defeating Mara's Army. Now, let's listen to this story while you enjoy the beautiful fall forest. Defeating Mara's Army. After making his vow, Siddhartha sat beneath the Bodhi tree. Across the world, many seekers of the path and heavenly beings rejoiced, offering their wholehearted prayers to the prince. They hoped that he would soon open the gates to enlightenment. Of all beings, there was only one who did not rejoice at the prospect of Siddhartha's enlightenment, and that being was Mara. If the prince attained enlightenment, the path leading away from liberation would be weakened. Mara loathed that possibility. Siddhartha had already waged war against Mara's forces many times on his path to enlightenment. Externally, Mara sent the demons of song and desire. Internally, Mara unleashed the demons of affliction and delusion. Mara's control extended over all things in the world of birth and death. But if someone was able to overcome his powers, he would be capable of attaining enlightenment. Mara had 3 beautiful daughters, skilled in all methods of temptation. The first was called Radha, the second Rati, and the third Trisna. Seeing their father's displeasure, all 3 daughters asked him what the cause of his vexation was. To his 3 daughters, Mara said, Prince Siddhartha of the Shakya clan, the son of King Suddhodana, has come to abhor impermanence. In an attempt to liberate all beings, he has renounced his kingdom to seek the path. He has sounded the alarm bell to awaken beings to the danger of life and death. Armed with the bow of selflessness and arrows of great wisdom, he aims to conquer and topple the world which I control. Even with our powers of temptation, we will never be able to shake his resolve. At this moment, all beings revere him, and they all pray that he will soon attain enlightenment. How could this have happened? Soon our world will be ripped asunder. Our only hope is to ruin Siddhartha's resolve before he attains enlightenment, block off his path, injure him with arrows of the 5 desires, and force him into a whirlpool of desire. The 3 daughters also came to share their father's resentment. Mara summoned his many followers, and they began to march toward the Bodhi tree. Beneath the Bodhi tree, Siddhartha meditated, his mind quiet like deep, clear, unmoving waters. In his mind, empty of all thoughts except those inclined towards liberation and the true nature of all things. Mara said to the prince, Prince, leave here at once, or else you shall perish under my hail of arrows. Abandon the path of liberation, return to your kingdom, indulge in the joys of the 5 desires, conquer other lands, and rule over the world. If you do so, you will be reborn in the heavens and enjoy bliss. This is the way of the world. From the great sage kings of the past to the rulers today, all have followed this path. Why do you seek to be different from them? If you wish to go against my orders, that is your choice. But know this, I have my arrows aimed at you, poised to take your life. All who have been struck by my arrows fall to hysteria and perish. If you don't believe me, just wait and find out, and watch as your life Your body, your resolve, and your valiant spirit all vanish like a burst bubble. With terrible words and terrifying demeanor, Mara threatened the prince, but Siddhartha's mind remained clear and ordered, ceding no ground to Mara. The prince had no doubts, and thus Mara's words failed to find purchase in his heart. Mara unleashed a hail of arrows, but as they approached the prince, they simply fell to the ground, unable to pierce Siddhartha's skin. Mara's 3 beautiful daughters, under the direction of their father, approached the prince and spoke many sweet words to tempt him. But just as Siddhartha did not fear the arrows, he did not listen to their words. Mara was filled with doubt and fear. He mumbled to himself, "I have attacked countless seekers before without fail. Why does he not fear my arrows? Why isn't he moved by the affections of my daughters?" Mara mobilized his army, sending forth many strange creatures, starting fire and sending winds, sounding thunder and pouring rain, using every trick he knew to break the prince's resolve. But Siddhartha sat completely unmoved. The heavenly beings who had come to watch the prince attain enlightenment watched Mara's attacks and grew afraid. Siddhartha did not speak, and his face did not show any anxiety. He thought of Mara's army as if they were children playing games. Mara's army was furious. They produced even more venomous snakes and wild creatures, and sent down hail and thunderbolts. But the poisonous fumes emitted by the venomous snakes and wild creatures were all transformed into gentle breezes, while the hail and thunderbolts transformed into colorful flowers. In the presence of Siddhartha's utterly focused mind, Mara's forces lost their power. Mara's licentious daughters returned to their former strategy, resuming their lewd seduction to tempt the prince. Just then, a loud roar came from the sky, and heavenly generals appeared and cried out, "You band of heartless demons, why have you come to tempt this innocent practitioner? You stir up hatred where there was none before. How foolish! It is as if all of you have gathered to move Mount Sumeru, toiling in vain. Give up your anger and enmity, and seek forgiveness from this great practitioner. You may be able to make flames burn cold, set the Ganges River ablaze, transform the great earth into a vast ocean, and force the sun to rise in the west. But the resolve of this great practitioner shall not be broken by you. This great practitioner sees truly, has an indomitable spirit, possesses limitless wisdom, and is endowed with a mind of equanimity and compassion. Armed with these 4 precious treasures, he shall certainly accomplish his aims. This great practitioner shall soon shine with the brilliance of the sun and dispel darkness of the world. His diligent practice has swept away the poison of greed, anger, and ignorance. Soon he will grant the light of wisdom to all beings, and deliver to them the cure for the pain of birth and death, and guide all beings to the right path. He is the greatest teacher of the world. All beings wander the path of darkness and ignorance, not knowing where to go. This great seeker of the truth offered to shine the way for them with the lamp of wisdom. Why would you extinguish it? All beings are borne along by the currents in the great sea of birth and death, powerless to rescue themselves. This man, soon to be enlightened, offered to captain the ship of wisdom and put them out of the sea of suffering. Why would you seek to sink this ship? Patience is the seedling of truth. Firm resolve is the root of truth. Proper conduct is the soil of truth. Right view is the growing branch of truth. Once in possession of all this, the great tree of wisdom can finally bear the fruit of unsurpassed perfect enlightenment. How can you fail this secret tree, providing shade to all beings? All beings are bound by the chains of desire, causing their minds and bodies to suffer endlessly. But now that this great seeker of the truth has vowed to liberate all beings, why do you wish to cause him harm? Soon, this great practitioner will be liberated. You ought to cast away your arrogance, humble yourself, and seek refuge in the great practitioner before you. Soon, he will be world-honored one. After speaking to Mara, the great heavenly generals returned to their abode. Upon hearing the roar of these heavenly warriors, Mara's army hastily retreated. At that moment, Siddhartha's mind was like still water, tranquil like the sun at noon, and was fully illuminated. Flowers fell from the heavens above, as if in anticipation of the unsurpassed perfect enlightenment soon to come.